Hey guys, it's MK here, and I just wanted to make a little video before the actual content started, talking to you guys about this first episode and what it means for our channel. This first YouTube video that I'm releasing for a future series helping gamers like you connect with games that you're going to love was supposed to be something way different than it ended up being. I kind of ranted in this video, but it was the fifth version of this video that I had made, and I decided that it was never going to be quite perfect in my standards, so I needed to release it and then kind of mold things as we go forward. What I want for my channel is to be able to make videos that talk about how somebody loves Minecraft and all of the games that are like Minecraft that they might be able to play and enjoy, so everybody has variety and they don't feel like they get stuck in one game for years and years and years. Some of you may like that, and that's totally fine, but some of you are like me, where we played Overwatch or Guns Online or Call of Duty for years to no end, and we never stopped to play anything else, and because of that, we missed out on such great content. The future videos are supposed to be something like that, but this video ended up being just a rant of all of my favorite games over the past few years, and it's not perfect, and it's not what I want, but it is the best version of what I had available. So it is still good content, and I hope that you enjoy it, but I just wanted to make this first video to talk about exactly what I plan on doing and how the video that you're about to see is going to differ from what the future content will be. I hope you enjoy anyway, and please leave a comment down below about exactly what you enjoyed about the video. I love reading those, but understand that we are going to get into things that are a little bit more specific, and that's pretty much all I had to say. So thank you, I love you all, and enjoy. What's going on, everybody? My name is MK Ultrakill, and my channel is all about being a resource to connect gamers with new titles they're gonna love. Remember back when you used to go to GameStop or Best Buy, or for those of us who didn't have it, a Walmart, and you would wait for the midnight release of Fallout or Dark Souls or Call of Duty, Halo, any of those games. And now we don't really do that so much because we have things like E3 and DreamHack, and we get all of our stuff digitally, and we wait for the next title to be talked about by our favorite creators. It feels a little bland, doesn't it? Well, that's because we're not getting the same hype that we used to for all of these games coming out. A lot of games that are coming out unreleased or released in an alpha state where they're almost unplayable. Cyberpunk. And for us to get that hype, we want a full game. And everybody that I know is so frustrated. They feel like all the games that are coming out these days are games they don't want to play. A lot of battle royales, a lot of remakes of game titles that we used to love but are just somehow worse. Well, my channel is all about getting you guys into those games that are actually going to be fun for you to play, that are going to give you the nostalgia that you're missing, the hype that you want, and make you go back for more. So let's talk about it. Today's game topic is going to be specifically shooter games because that's what I'm most familiar with, but I want to go into every genre as we move forward. When we talk about these things, we're talking about a genre that is so popular. You know, I mean, we're talking, I think over 100 titles have been released this year alone, and to be honest with you, you're probably only going to play like 2 of them. Well, see me as a resource to help you streamline all of that and talk about the best games that are here and that are coming out. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is shooter genre being flooded with battle royales. Now, don't get me wrong, battle royales have a place, and they are a pretty good genre. I just feel like they've been so overplayed that everybody's kind of sick of them. Every single game that I can think of, including Tetris of all things, has a battle royale mode, and it's just too much. It's gross, and what do we know what's the best one? And to be honest, do we even like that style where you drop with nothing and you have to fight other people who might get the best weapon in the game by sheer chance, and you somehow have to defeat them with a pistol? It's annoying, and it's honestly, it's getting gross, and I feel like a lot of us are so suffocated by these games that don't give you the same level playing field as everybody else. It's too much, but there are a couple of really good titles, and no, I'm not talking about Fortnite either. There's a couple of really good titles out there that I have been enjoying. We're not talking about Cuisine Royale or even Scavengers, which is one of my personal favorites. We're going to talk about a few of them, though, particularly Apex Legends and Bloodhunt. Apex Legends is one of my favorite battle royales, and the reason why is because of the sheer movement that they put into it coming from the Titanfall franchise and the ability to use all these unique skills on each one of these characters. I feel like that added a lot to the game, and I feel like that was something that we really needed in a battle royale genre. So if I had to pick any game out there right now in battle royale that you should be playing, it's Apex Legends. If you haven't played it, it's free to play. It's now on Steam, so it's easy to get to. You don't have to use the Origin browser, and you literally can just go right in and start playing. A lot of us are a little scared about that because we don't want, these battle royales, and I know at least of all of my friends, I would say half of them absolutely hate battle royales, but I'm telling you, it will scratch an itch that you're looking for right now. The next game that I really want to talk about is actually an indie game out of China. It's called Gunfire Reborn. Now, if you've never played Gunfire Reborn, let me explain it like this. Take roguelike games, okay, put them in an FPS setting, and then give it just a little bit of chance where you have to find guns that are dropped on the ground. Not quite like a BR, but similar in a way. That's what Gunfire Reborn is. I gotta tell you, I played Gunfire Reborn for at least 2 months, and it was one of the best games that I've played in recent times. I really didn't like roguelites before that either. I actually kind of avoided them because I hated the fact that you always had to go back to the beginning and start all over. But with Gunfire Reborn, it really did scratch my itch, and until I ran out of content and just had to play the same thing over and over again, which was playing it every day for about 2 months, it was the game that I was playing. Now, the next games that I'm going to talk about are games that's actually been around for a very long time but are still active and constantly supported. That would be Overwatch and Paladins. Now, for some of you don't like these types of games, and I totally get it. It's weird to play these games that have this kind of structure when you're trying to just play a shoot 'em up game. But to be honest with you, Overwatch and Paladins really do scratch my itch in the hero shooter and composition genre. Rainbow Six Siege is a good honorable mention, but I gotta be honest with you, the community is so very toxic, so much more than Overwatch and Paladins ever was, that I truly do not enjoy myself playing that, and that's why I give it less of a rating than I would to these two games that I'm mentioning. Overwatch is made by Blizzard, and Blizzard is going through some very serious changes due to very, very serious legal accusations and things that have come to light in recent months. So I would say that if you are one of those people that kind of boycotts certain games, like I boycotted Red Dead Redemption 2 because of the work environment. If you're one of those people that does boycott these games, these types of games because of what the companies do, then I would definitely go look into Paladins. Paladins is a 5v5 hero shooter. Has very similar feel to Overwatch, but it's unique in its own way. A lot of characters have similar cut up abilities from Overwatch, but they do it in their own way that makes them unique characters to that game. And while you can say it's kind of like this, no two are exactly the same. So Paladins is also free to play. It's on Steam, and that's something that I really think goes against Overwatch. Overwatch is a game that you have to pay for. Paladins is free to play right out the gate. So I would definitely check out Paladins. It's one of my personal favorites. I really do like Evil Mojo Games, who are the developers of it. And while they did do some weird stuff back in the day before I started playing it called OB64, in today's place, it is one of the better games for hero shooters that I've seen, and I really wish that there were more hero shooters out there, but Paladins is for sure scratching the itch that I've been having for those types of games. The next game that we're going to talk about is another battle royale. It's brand new actually, and it is an alpha, but I have had very little problems playing it. It's called Bloodhunt. Bloodhunt, although I really wish it wasn't a battle royale, I wish it was just an open arena shooter. I think it would have been absolutely amazing if they had made the map a little smaller and called it an open arena shooter where they put down teams of 3, and whoever the team was that had the most control points or the highest kills at the end of the game were the ones that won the match. I really, really like Bloodhunt. It is unique. It's got a bit of a horror genre to it. Basically, these ghouls and vampires are running around maps killing other ghouls and vampires, and they actually suck the blood of various people to get special perks. Now, these perks range anywhere from cooling down your dash ability to cooling down your unique character ability. You can even get some health regeneration out of it. It's honestly one of the better BRs out there, and I really do suggest you play it and play it today. It is free to play right now. It's honestly one of the better games out there, and it will scratch an itch if you're looking for something that's a little bit more high octane, a little bit on the horror side, and you can stomach the endless and relentless battle royale genre releases. This is the game for you. Now, I do have in my notes any Fat Shark game, and I want to talk very briefly about this because every game that Fat Shark Games has released has been a banger. I started playing back with Warhammer Vermintide, which is based out of the Warhammer series, and it's like the worst possible ending for that timeline. It's honestly, it's perfect in every way. So when you think about this game, the best way to explain it would be Left 4 Dead. If you're a Left 4 Dead person, you would absolutely enjoy Warhammer Vermintide and Warhammer Vermintide 2. There is some very key distinct differences. First off, instead of fighting a horde of zombies, you fight a horde of rats. However, a lot of the special rats and the boss rats are very parallel to Left 4 Dead. It's a pretty close to the same exact thing. You know, instead of having a ogre, it's an orc rat or an ogre rat, and it's this giant, or the tank. Instead of having a tank, you've got this giant ogre rat, which is essentially a tank. Now, the reason why I like this game so much, though, compared to Left 4 Dead, is because Left 4 Dead focuses very heavily on surviving general waves, getting to a point, and then surviving more waves, and you usually do this with guns. In Warhammer Vermintide, you do it a lot with melee, and your melee weapons and guns can all be upgraded and added onto to get good stats. So you fight these hordes of rats, but you always have your melee with you to help you through these things. So it feels like there's a little bit more survivability, a little bit more sustainability, and a lot more customization compared to the Left 4 Dead franchise. The next game that we're going to talk about is Splitgate. This isn't a game that I've actually played yet, but I have watched gameplay. I already have it downloaded, and I'm ready to play. This game gives me Halo vibes with Portal functionality. It's like somebody took Halo, right, reimagined it a little bit, and then added a Portal mod to it on some modded Xbox somewhere. It is absolutely insane. The skill cap is super high. If you enjoy running around and trying to juke out your enemies, while these enemies are also having the ability to get behind you super quick and kill you instantly, if that's your kind of game where you like this super, super high octane, you know, how many kills can you get in 10 minutes? Splitgate is absolutely for you. It will 100% bring you back to the Halo days, but like the modded Halo days. And I'm telling you right now that if you haven't tried Splitgate, you need to. A game that we're going to talk about next is actually one that's it's a third-person shooter, and as is Bloodhunt. But the thing is, a lot of people hate on it because of how it first came out, and they don't really have time to try it out for the new stuff that's happening. So the game that I'm talking about is Spellbreak, and Spellbreak is a fun game where your character picks up gauntlets to get special abilities, and you know, that's how you fight everybody in the game. And it did originally start as a battle royale. However, the ranked mode is Dominion, is what they call it, which is basically capture the point. There's 3 points on the map, and you know, 3 teams land, and essentially you're just consistently going through all of these you know, points, trying to get the most points out of everybody else. And people are constantly trying to take these areas from you. You always have to defend them, and when you lose them, you can recapture them. But at the end, it's probably one of the most fun that I've had. You get to fly around, you get to have these cool wizard abilities, and this Dominion ranked mode is why I would play Spellbreak. The Battle Royale mode is really not that great. They added a lot of bots to it, and it just doesn't feel good, and to be honest, I think that it should be scrapped. I think that they should focus very heavily on the Dominion mode, and they should look into maybe another mode to come out that might be fun as well as a casual option, but they should absolutely scrap the Battle Royale version and just go straight for Dominion. The game would be a billion times better, but I'm telling you, if you download the game and try it out, 100% the Dominion mode is where you want to be. You will enjoy every minute of it. Those are all the games that scratched my personal itch in the past, I would say, 4 years. And I really wanted to talk about those specifically because I've had a lot of fun playing them. That being said, though, some games to keep an eye on that are coming out that we're not quite sure if they're going to be amazing yet, but we are super excited for. Back 4 Blood, I know a lot of people have played it and they said that it was kind of like Left 4 Dead has always been. There really wasn't anything particularly special or new, and that might be exactly up your alley. That might be exactly what you want. So Back 4 Blood is 100% something that you want to keep an eye on. That should be out very, very soon. I don't know the exact release date. Warhammer Darktide was supposed to come out this year. That is a Fat Shark game. It is set in the future instead of in the past, so it's very futuristic gameplay style. It's probably going to mirror the Left 4 Dead franchise or the Warhammer Vermintide games that we've played with already. That was supposed to come out at the end of this year. They pushed it back to 2022, and that is totally okay with me. I would rather get a full released game than have them release something super buggy like everybody else keeps doing, Cyberpunk, and just kind of fix it as they go along. You know, I would much rather, you know, these things happen. Although, speaking of, you know, don't wait 10 years to release it either. Obviously, if your game is too big for your britches, you know, maybe keep it under wraps until something very noticeable comes out, and then you can kind of start talking about it. Don't tell us in 2013 and then release it in 2021 and it's just not there. Another really good honorable mention, but it is an Xbox exclusive, is Crossfire X. Crossfire is a game that I used to play a lot as a kid, and it is very big in Asia. It is a lot of fun. It's your typical, you know, 2 teams fighting against each other game. But Crossfire X is probably going to be absolutely fantastic. It's an Xbox exclusive, and the announcement for release date is to be announced. So definitely take a look, you know, and keep an eye on that. Next one is Deathloop. Deathloop is out. I have heard nothing but good things. I have not played it, but every single one of my friends who has played it has absolutely recommended it time and time again. It is apparently a lot like the Dishonored games, just with its own special uniqueness. So definitely keep an eye on that. And we're also going to talk about Halo Infinite. That's coming out on Xbox and PC. The release date was supposed to be this year, and I think it is December 8th specifically. So keep an eye on Halo Infinite if you want the Halo franchise fanboys. That's definitely going to be where you're at. And finally, the last 2 things that I have is Stalker. Stalker is an amazing game franchise. They have never let me down. I played Stalker Chernobyl for a long time. It's 100% going to be what you want. It absolutely keep on that. Do not sleep on that. And when it's released, if you like the Stalker franchise, go for it. Finally, Rainbow Six fanboys and people. Rainbow Six Quarantine, 100%. I know that I keep saying 100%. I know I keep saying to scratch my itch, but my vocabulary is limited. Rainbow Six Quarantine, that's going to be amazing. I believe that it is the same thing as their event that they released where a bunch of zombies try to attack the Rainbow Six characters. That's gonna be super cool. I'm very, very excited for that. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna scratch my itch. So Rainbow Six Quarantine, keep an eye out for that. These things are all games that you're gonna love. These are games that I have been keeping up on. I am one of those people that back in the day, I was like, man, I really wish I just had that nostalgia back. I hate all these games coming out. I'm telling you, the games that I've listed here today, and I will keep a note in the description so that you can follow all of them. These are the games that you're going to want to play, okay? I've listed a dozen or more. These are the games that you're going to want to be in, okay? So get hyped for these. And next week, we are going to be talking about RPGs, the rise of the CRPGs and JRPGs that are coming out these days that are, you know, taking 80, 90, 100 hours of content minimum to complete. We're going to talk about them, and we're also going to talk about some indie titles that are going to blow your mind. Can't wait to see you then. You guys all have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.